Okay. Hello, good day. Good day, class. We will be working with the I/O files in Java for this lecture. Now, in this lesson, we will be exploring how to handle file operations, including opening and closing files, reading and writing data. Okay. We will be using useful file methods as well, and we will be working with text and CSV files. Okay, so now file handling. Okay, file handling is an essential. Okay, file handling is an essential for many applications such as saving user data. Okay, reading configuration files, or exporting reports. Okay. Now, at the end of this lecture, uh, we would like that everyone will be comfortable working with files in Java. Okay, so in Java, okay, file handling is done using main uh, two main packages. Okay, so again, in Java, okay, uh, file handling is being done in done in using two main packages. Okay, sorry. The first one is the so-called Java.io, okay, which is a traditional input and output operations. This is used for reading and writing files. Okay, this package commonly contains classes like the file, okay, file reader, the file writer, buffered reader, and buffered reader uh, for traditional file operations. Okay. Now the second one is the Java.nio. Okay. Java.nio or Neo. It's a newer package for non-blocking I/O operations. Okay. Non-blocking I/O operations. This is mostly used in high-performance applications, and this provides a more efficient file operations using channels and buffers. Okay. Now, let's first try opening and closing files. Okay. Before we try to read or write to a file, okay, we need to first open it properly. Okay. With this, Java provides a file class to handle the files and directories. Okay. So let's try to use the file class. Okay. The file class helps in representing file and directory paths. Okay. Now let's try. So first we will be first creating the example text which we will be using as our file here. So hello world, then hello Philippines. Okay, then let me save. Then I have here the let me just open a CMD. So so here we'll try import, okay, java.io that our file class. Okay, then public class file example. Okay, then we'll have the public static public static void main string uh, string args. Okay, now we create a file. We create here a file object that will be named file, okay, using our file constructor. Okay, so equals to new file. Okay, then inside this constructor we will have to call the example text, which is this the file that we created and contains the hello world, hello Philippines. So hello, sorry, example.text. Okay. Now, this can be a relative or an absolute path, which we will be checking as well. Okay. Then um, here, this does not create the file. Okay. It only creates, okay, it only creates an object representing the file, which is we have the object file. Okay. If example, in this case, if example that text, okay, exists, the object will reference to it. Okay. Otherwise, this or otherwise, it still represents the file, but it does not create, okay, the example text. Okay. So again, just to clarify, okay, with this line, this does not create the file itself. Okay, it only creates an object representing the file. Okay, now if in case or if example, okay, text example that text exists, okay, the object will reference to it. Okay, in this case, it will reference since example that text is already existing, it will reference to it. And to check, this is that example that text. Okay, so it will reference to it. Otherwise, it still represents, okay, the file, but does not create any example that text. Okay, then we'll try to uh, display, okay, the file name of the file, okay, or we will try to retrieve the name of the file. So system that out that print line file name, okay, slash or concatenate the file that get name, the method that will return, okay, our file or the file name. Okay, then here we will also try or we will also return the full path of our example that text. Okay, so system that out that print line, okay, path, the file path. plus file that get absolute path. Okay. Now, the file get absolute path will return the full path where example text is located. Okay. Now, this path is or this path depends where the program is executed. Okay. Now, if the file path or if the file is in the same directory as the Java program, the absolute path will show the full directory structure. Okay, so let's try to run this one. Save, then Java file example.java, then Java file example. So we have here the file name and we have here the path or the file path. Okay, next. Now, in Java or the file handling in or handling of file paths in Java, it supports the absolute path, okay, which we just performed. It's the full path from the root directory and a relative path. Okay, take note that we have two paths, which is I think part of your programming one discussion. Okay, which is path. You have the absolute path and the relative path. Okay. Now, the relative path is a path relative to the project directory. Okay. It is always recommended to use the relative paths when working on cross-platform applications. Now, to get the relative path of a file in Java, um, you can or we can just simply print the path you use when creating the file object. Okay. Now, Java does not provide a direct method to retrieve a relative path. But if the file is created with a relative path, you can obtain it, okay, by just doing this one. So let me just copy this one, copy file path to do the relative path. So file that get path, save. So we have here our absolute path and we have the relative path. Okay. Next, we'll deal with file and file reader. Okay. Our file class and the file reader class. Now, the file, okay, our file which we just used in this example, file is that it creates, okay, creates a file, creates a file or file object, okay, representing the file path. Now, other than that, the other purpose is that it does not create or open the file. Okay, it does not create or open the file. Okay, it only represents the file in an abstract way. Okay, so representation will be in abstract. Okay. And lastly, it is used when you need to manipulate file attributes such as your okay, manipulate file attributes such as your name, your path, the existence or permission. Okay, so that's the file class. Now, here we have already tried to use the file, okay, the file class. Okay, now let's just add a verification here, something that will check if if the file exists or otherwise. Okay, so if file, then we will use the exist method. Okay, to check. Now system that out that print line file exists. Otherwise, or else, let me just copy. File does not exist. So save, run. Okay. We already checked the existence of our file. So to check, we will be using the exist method. Okay. Now, key points here is that the or it represents a file but does not open it. Okay. It can be used to check if the file exists. Okay. Now, it can be used to get file properties such as your name, the path, okay? Then others, we will be trying others later on, okay? Then, however, with file, we cannot read or write data, okay? That's where your file reader will comes in, okay? So file reader. So what is with FileReader? It opens the file example text for reading, for example. Okay, it open the file for reading. Okay, it is used when you need to read character data from a file. Okay, this can also throws. Okay, throws file not found exception if the file does not exist. Okay, so let's have an example. Okay, so using our or let's just create another one. Name this later on as file reader example. Okay, okay. Let me just copy these few lines. File reader example. Let me just save it first. Okay. Then, okay, so we'll import our file reader class. Then we'll also import java.io.io exception. Okay, IO exception. Now, here we'll be using the try Okay, the try catch. Okay, so we will have the try catch. So catch IO exception, then object E. Okay, later on, we will fill up also the catch. Okay, catch clause. Now, we'll create our object fr. Okay, for on based on our constructor file reader. Then we'll just use again the example, the text. Okay. Now, uh, I will try to declare here, or I will declare here a variable ch. Okay, that will store each character that is read from the example that text. Okay, so int ch. Okay, now why int? Because ch will contain your ASCII code values. Okay, ASCII code values. That's why it's an integer. Okay, now we'll create a loop. Okay, a while loop, which will be used to iterate and read the characters at a time and returns the ASCII code, okay, of the characters that is being read from your example, the text. So while ch is equals to, we'll use the fr, object fr with read method. Okay, now not equals to -1. Okay, which we wanted to read the characters until the end of the file. That is why the -1 means end of our file. Okay, so then we will be converting. Okay, our we will be converting and displaying uh, our characters. Okay, into character. Okay, or sorry, we will be converting the ASCII integer values or the ASCII code values to a character. Okay, then after which we will be display. So system that out that print, okay, without the print line. So print will have car ch. Okay, then we will close. Okay, so we will close the file. Okay, after reading the file. Okay, which is in this example the example.txt. Okay, it is important to close this one or to close the file when working. Okay, with your file streams because it will free up, okay, the system resources. Okay, this is the first way to close. I'll be giving you the other way to close your file later on. So fr close. Then under your catch clause, we will just display a notif that file not found or cannot be read. Okay, so let me just take this as an example. File not found or cannot be read. Okay, so let us save this one. Save. Oh, error. File reader example. Okay, Java file reader example. So there you have it, the hello world, hello Philippines. Okay. Now, what's the difference if we will be putting it as print line? Okay. You can check each character that is being read, okay, is being printed in each line. Okay. So we do not want that because we want a readable format. So we'll just have it print. Okay. Now, the other way or the second way to close a file is that, okay, let us comment this first. So we'll have the the IO exception object E, then print stop trace. Save. Okay. So it work the print stop trace works properly as well. Okay. Now, here, what are our key points for the file reader? It is being used for reading the contents of a file. This requires, okay, take note of this one. It requires the exception handling, okay. We have used the try catch exception handling, okay. Then, however, the file reader cannot be used to check file or the file properties and it cannot also be used for writing data. Okay, so see you on the part 2.